All right, so we're up on the roof now. We're gonna go ahead and get our drip edge on. I've got you in a little close at the moment because I want to show you particularly one corner on the drip edge, how we do that. We always start at our lowest side of the roof with our drip edge, and then we go up our rakes or our angle with those next pieces, and then we put our top piece on last. Anytime we're doing roofing, essentially we're looking for layers, and we want those layers to overlap, you know, all the way down the roof, so that if water gets on one layer, you know, it runs on top of the next one down. You don't want anything staggered the opposite way like this, because then water would run in between the layers. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get going. We're using 8-inch galvanized drip edge. We've got a pair of shears, we've got a Boss Stitch roofing nailer, and we've got our roofing paper up here. And so we're going to get this on, and we'll get you set up here in a minute to watch us. We'll start bringing shingles up. We're going to try to get this roof dried in here this morning. So you'll notice I like to just lay things where they go and mark them rather than taking a tape measure out. Either way is fine. Just sometimes it's easier to for me. I'm going to flush it up with my trim right here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a cut in line with my trim. Now for us around here, drip edge comes 10 feet long. The building is 8, so we're in good shape that way. We maybe should have got regular tin snips for this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our roofing gun and get our drip edge where we want it. Flush on both ends. And we're going to put a couple nails in it. And then we're basically going to do the same thing, coming up the sides. We're going to mark this where we want it. We have to move you first because you're in the way of the drip edge. Let's get you right there so you can watch what we're doing. And we're going to put that up there flush. Like that. And we're going to do the same thing. And Sue was thinking and went and got us a pair of tin snips. The other shears I got out, those are for cutting the shingles. You'll see that in a minute. And most modern day drip edge around here anyways, is the edges are rolled, so it's not sharp anymore. But if your drip edge doesn't have that rolled edge, that's almost like a razor blade, and you want to be real careful. And of course the cuts we've made down here will be sharp as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and get you set up where you have a better view of the overall roof. A little farther out, we'll probably put it on a bit of a time lapse so you don't have to watch everything real time, and we'll get this roof covered up. So hold on, we'll be right back. All right, so we're going to start shingling. Sue's bringing the shingles. I'm going to lay them. What I'm going to show you now is we cut a starter piece first to bridge the gaps. So when you put two shingles together on the roof, there's a gap right here. It's fairly tight, but as you go, the course below covers that gap. But the very first course has nothing to cover that. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually cut a piece to take care of that. And we'll save that. That may work at the top of the roof. And as we get started, what we like to do, I like to hang mine over the drip edge about 1/4 of an inch, and it allows the water to run off without actually curling back around the drip edge. And we're just going to put a couple nails in this one. And then we're going to go ahead and get started all the way across like that. And with a keen eye, you'll notice that I put the first one on upside down. There's a tar strip right here. We want that down at the very bottom, so when the sun bakes on this, the top layer glues to that layer. We're not going to worry about changing that particular one because this is just a little storage shed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut it to length using these shears. I find that on these architectural shingles, it tends to work a lot better to cut it with a pair of big shears like this than it does a utility knife because of the double layers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut one that's probably about 2/3 and 1/3. You could put a straight edge on this. I'm just going to eye it. And we're going to go ahead and put that as our starter. Flush with the drip edge here, flush with other shingle down there like that. And we're going to go ahead and nail it down right in between the white lines. Then we're going to take the other piece, and you're going to notice on here there's a cut right here in the architectural piece. We line up the bottom of this shingle with this flat on the shingle below. So we just set it on there like that, and we nail that one in. Now, if this was a big roof, you would probably want to snap some lines every so many courses to stay good and straight. We're not going to worry about that again because it is a shed. Cannot see it from the road or anything. We'll be able to keep it pretty straight, but if you're doing a big roof, you really need some control lines.